Welcome back again to another episode of our new launch reviews. And you know, this new launch reviews has gotten a lot of traction because a lot of people are like waiting for the advice and the analysis that we have done. And we thank you so much for the support because we aim to be 100% objective, and we also aim to give you as much information as possible so that if we are not there with you at the show flat, you know what's the best thing you can do, right? And you know, previously we have done the first part of Pinetree Hill analysis. Now with part 2, now it's on the 5th of July. So happy 4th of July to all our US clients and to everybody there. But you know, one thing for sure is this. The part 2 is coming out with a lot more details because the previous time when we first launched the video, it was just like some preliminary details.
Yes, indeed.
And right now, right, just want to share with you one thing. The new launch landscape has changed quite a bit, right?
Yes.
Where, you know, there are some launches that we expect that we could enter with our clients. You know, we saw the layout plans, we felt that it was hard to exit. We saw the PSF launching, it wasn't what we expected, and we put away, right? And a lot of our clients are actually right now taking different steps and actions, right, to go to different products that actually fit their asset classes, right? So if you have yet to join the Telegram group chat, right, it's going to be right here. Every single video, we're going to do a shout out for that. There's already a total of 1,279 subscribers as of the 5th of July. So, you know, when we and Chris started off this channel a couple of months ago, I think it was in March, right? We said that let's try to hit 1 or 2 videos a month.
Yes, 100
videos by end of this. Wow, I don't know. There were 2 promises that we made, but you know, we have been doing this every single week. So share with your friends, share with people who you think will appreciate objective advice because that empowers them to make the right decision for something that may earn them that capital appreciation, give them that financial freedom for a long time. And this is why we are called to do what we are doing right now, right? So right now we're going to start our Pinetree Hill Part 2 analysis. And of course, we have none other than our Director of Investments, Chris, with us today, who'll be sharing with us his objective numbers-driven approach on this particular new launch. Okay, Chris, take it away.
Right, so we're in part 2 of Pinetree Hill. First time was with Grace.
Yes.
Now we're Jervis back in the game.
Yes, the previous time I was in the land of koalas.
Yes, I heard.
That's quite some time ago, actually. That's quite some time ago. Yes.
So today we'll run through the numbers. But before that, let's recap a bit on the location. So this is found at Ulu Pandan area. It's very close to Holland, yet very close to Dover. So it's like, it's a district 21. It almost made it to Holland area.
D10.
D10. Which is quite a miss. Just by a few roads down, it became Ulu Pandan. And just a recap also, it's actually right next to the Clementi Forest. Okay. And also in between Dover Forest is going through transformation as mentioned in the previous video.
So Ulu Pandan being a place that requires some mode of transport to get out. Right.
Indeed.
It's the reason why during launch day of Pinetree Hill, Grand Diamond received 10,000 visitors, and Pinetree Hill hit 1,500 visitors. But is location everything? Actually, that's something that we will talk about it later on. Okay, so yeah, thanks for the locality. Let's share more. Yeah.
Right. Yes, indeed. And also, it's education belt as we kept last time within 1 km. It is within Henry Park and Payton Primary. Yeah. So it's something that's one of the plus point being near to Holland area, District 10 area, where all these good schools are located.
And it's indeed true that for Henry Park Primary School specifically, we have sold landed properties and also resale developments where the buyers are younger buyers. And then later on, you'll see how Pinetree Hill actually did their unit mix and you know, their unit mix right, where they actually put more of the emphasis on, where the younger buyers who are preparing their kids for primary school actually like to buy this area. The Jelita area has been very hot in District 10, where a lot of people just like to buy the landed properties there because it's very near Henry Park. So just to let those aspiring parents or even parents who have a young kid right now, Henry Park is actually quite a good school that a lot of people are looking for as well.
So there's a saving grace for location that it has right here.
Absolutely. I would honestly say this is the only saving grace of the location over here. And to be really honest, UOL is actually a developer that has done quite a few blockbuster projects, right? And these projects command sometimes good views, good kinds of landscaping, and also good kind of build, right? So you will see a very interesting way that developers will design this place, right? You have Avenue South Residences, Trevor, Amor Residences, you have Amber 45, you have Clavon, they're all done by UOL, and not disappointing at all, I would say. I would say not disappointing at all.
Pricing wise, they're actually quite sensitive.
They are very sensitive pricing. Okay, and that's what we like to hear. Okay, let's talk about the concept of Pinetree Hill.
Right. So Pinetree Hill is built on an elevated ground. And the key thing is to make sure there's a clear vantage point for both the forest area and also the other side, which is Clementi Park is one. The other side, we also have the Dover Forest. So that's one thing they actually want to create, and also to prevent floods around the area, which for some area, District 10 is actually quite on the sunken plot. So there's something that in District 21 even. But for this, they actually want to create a proper elevation along with airflow so that this entire place is well ventilated.
So being someone who have just sold a unit where, my unit is actually on the 16th floor, and actually the stilts, they call it, or the pillars, right, they're supporting the structure, actually is about 2 stories high. I'm actually roughly on the 18th floor, and I get to enjoy slightly more breeze and of course a better view rather than if I'm buying something on the 16th floor. So I think this is a very good concept. And of course, UOL is targeting buyers who are looking for greenery view, right? Firstly, you have the view of the Clementi Forest, you have the view of the Dover Forest, and the other side, which is a north-south orientation, actually goes far towards the Clementi Forest. In Singapore, right, there's only 3 kinds of views. Actually, 4 kinds of views. Number 1, you have the greenery forest views, right? Number 2, you have the sea view, expensive. Number 3, you have the city view. And number 4, you have the mountain view. You actually have an unblocked landed view. So these are some views that Singapore's
and then expressway view.
Expressway view, those kind of views we don't really want to consider as the views of it anymore. But yeah, of course, sometimes we have a unit that was right beside expressway. Do you remember?
Yes.
And Reflections at Keppel Bay.
Yes, you're right. Wow.
We went into the unit like, wow. And the owner was so passionate. He's like, I have a view. I say, okay.
Unblocked view.
Yeah, of course, as an owner, we all have to be home proud. So yeah, okay.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. And also one thing to take note is it has also good setback away from the roads so that it can have some filter in terms of the road noise, etc. Okay, so let's take a look at the unit mix we have here. It's quite interesting how they actually spread out a unit mix. Okay, for 1 bedroom plus study, which is nowadays most of the units start from this kind of sizes, around 538 square feet. Okay, so 22 units, very little number 1 bedders. Okay, and for 2 bedders, there's quite a few range from compact to 45 units. Okay, to 2 bedroom premium 113 to 2 bedroom premium plus study at 68 units. So ranging from 700 square feet minimally to 797 square feet.
915 square feet, and also for the 2 bedroom premium, right?
The penthouse.
So it's quite interesting to see where who the developers are actually targeting. If they're targeting the 2 bedroom premium, means most likely they're targeting younger couples or retirees. And you know what? Henry Park is within 1 km. That's the reason. Number 2, also they're going for the 3 bedroom premium plus study. Potentially for people with 2 kids, they are already maybe mid-age in primary school, right? And they need separate rooms, right? And a study for them to of course study right? So interesting. I like the size that I'm seeing right here. The 3 bedroom is going at even up to 1173, 1216 and 1421. So we will take a look at the floor plans later on, and then we'll see, actually is there any wasted spaces? Yeah? Okay,
yes, indeed.
Let's carry on.
All right.
How's the guide price?
So guide price wise is the updated guide price.
Interesting.
Okay, we're in the midst of a viewing preview currently. And what I noticed is 2 bedroom, okay, 1 bed plus study is 2003, 2319 per square feet. 2 bedroom 2269 per square feet, 3 bedroom 2268. Then interestingly, when you jump to 4 bedder, they actually price a premium 2456, and 5 bedroom even more 2462.
Interesting.
And why I do this is because they know for 4 bedroom quantum to get something around there, it's impossible. A lot of them in the older development, they're going way past much higher quantum.
Yes.
That's why they're pricing this premium, even though at a smaller size, it gives somewhat of a pretty sizable quantum.
Yes. And I think the quantum for 4 bedroom in that particular area that is at the kind of at the center of D21 and D10, right? At $3 million for 4 bedroom is actually quite palatable. I think it's not too bad. So at first glance, based on the per square foot that you're seeing right now, do you think that this is a PSF that is reasonable, or do you think it's a PSF that is not as reasonable?
For 2 to 3 bedder, especially 3 bedroom, it seems reasonable in terms of price matrix wise. But as you go out to the higher quantum listings, I think there are definitely better options out there
in the market.
Yeah.
Right. And of course, truth be told, the mist that is also going near the area in District 23 is already launching at about 1,008, 1,009 to even 2,000 already. So which area is better, right? Then I'll leave you all to decide, right? Okay.
All right. So let's take a look at the site plan. So you can see it's nicely spaced out with 3 blocks, intertwined lots of facilities, from the swimming pool to the tennis court to even some gym area, facilities area, and also your clubhouse is located right over here.
Nice. Quite a full-fledged condominium that I've seen here.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the 2 bedroom layout, shall we?
All right, sure. So for 2 bedroom layout, we can see now it is quite common to have a dumbbell layout. So the 2 bed 1 bath, you can see they're starting from 700 square feet. Okay, very interesting. And quantum wise, we'll start from around 1.588 million. That's the minimum starting from. Okay, then for the 2 bed 2 bath, you're looking at almost a 1.7 million quantum for this area. So for quantum play wise, around this price as compared to that of for a recent launch at Tembusu Grand, Continuum, etc. I mean, this is actually priced on a slightly higher price. Whereas most of Continuum, for Tembusu Grand, for example, around 1.6 million, thereabout. For this area, they're going 1.7, which is something that we need to take note about the pricing wise. Okay, which we'll run through later on.
One thing that's so interesting over here is that I enjoy the fact that there is actually an enclosable kitchen in the 2-bedroom. I think that's very important, especially for people who are doing slightly heavy cooking. But if you compare the price quantum between a $1.588 and a $1.7 million property, right? For maybe a difference of a 64 square feet kind of difference, right? Bedroom sizes looks similar. Bathroom sizes also look similar. So interestingly, in the 700 square feet layout, right? It's a Jack and Jill concept bathroom for the master bath, for the master bed, and then 764 square feet actually don't really have a Jack and Jill concept now, which is actually more privacy for the master bedroom, right? But for a $112,000 difference, right, for the base price of the 2 bedrooms, actually, you will realize that most of the space actually go on to the dining area, right? And the dining area in this particular space, right, you can see that actually for the 764 square feet, right, it is just slightly bigger. Actually, if you take a look at 700 square feet, the dining area has quite a spacious area.
Yes,
right?
indeed.
Yeah, and I kind of enjoy that. It's just the fact that when you enter the master bath through your the common area, right, it's going to be a bit of a squeeze lah, definitely.
And one thing to note also, a 2-bed 1 bath versus a 2-bed 2 bath. If the premium is not very, very different, a 2-bed 2 bath definitely presents a better choice
100%.
in terms of resellability, especially.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's take a look at the second bedroom premium and 2+ style layout.
Wow,
you can see
layout.
it's a big living area. Master bedroom is also bigger. Okay, and it's 775 square feet. Quite rare to find this kind of 2-bedroom premium layout, but a lot of them are only going at 700 plus, low 700. And it comes with enclosed kitchen. Okay, a bigger kitchen in fact. Okay, and if you look at the 2+ study, with at her study space 797 square feet, they are easily going close to I say about close to 2 million about. And there's something that for this extra study space, is it worth paying the extra amount of like 150 to 200k? That's something that we do discuss in many of our videos, whether it's actually worth. So take a look at those and you understand how the layout actually plays an important role.
Absolutely.
Okay. And next, let's take a look at 3-bedroom layout, which is something that is quite interesting. 696 square feet. Okay. And as you enter this, each of the bedrooms you can notice squarish, and it's actually quite a decent size with queen size bed. Okay, we have a pretty huge master bathroom. Okay. And the kitchen is enclosed kitchen with 6-seater dining and a pretty wide living area.
Okay. Just that there's a lot of wasted space in the corridor area that we are seeing, right? The front, the entrance foyer. I would think that for the 969 square feet, if we were to go in straight, the zigzag, if you can zoom into the zigzag that we are talking about right now, right? And you can't really put a lot of things there, because even if you were to put a shoe cabinet that's right in front, right? Once the door opens, you're not going to have enough space to walk through into your kitchen. So so be wary of this kind of wasted spaces, because ultimately these are not usable space.
Correct. It could be similar to a 936 square feet unit. With this this kind of layout. Okay, but in terms of quantum wise, around 2.2, it seems quite
still reasonable.
Not too like overextended as some areas where you see 2.4, 2.5 per square feet for this kind of bedroom type. Starting is 2.198 million. Okay, I think it reminds me a little of Blossom Spider Park. Where starting price about this kind of pricing. So Asia is not too out of the way in terms of pricing and quite palatable in quantum. Okay, and next let's take a look at the 3-bedroom plus study. It's starting with a yacht, okay, and even a storeroom. Okay, and it comes in with a tiny study room over here with its own window, so you can double as like a playroom or like a mini study corner. And what we notice is it comes with a bomb shelter, very regular shape. Okay, for each of the bedrooms also. I
think the household shelter is something that's very important for people who are staying in a 3-bedroom, because this is a helper's room. Right, which is essential for a lot of Singaporeans. So I realized that the 1216 square feet has different layouts based on the stacks, right? Stack 4, stack 9, stack 23 is the same layout. Stack 16 is of a different layout. And in your opinion, what do you think is a better layout? Which do you think is a better layout?
Honestly, I think both layout is quite similar, because at the end of the day, even though yes, this is in corner, but what we notice is walking into the dining in the dining area, the corridor is quite similar. You don't have the exact space in the exact corner is the same as the corridor space in front of the dining. So it's not too much of a difference to me. But if the price was the same, I would choose the one where on the right. Although yes, it's exact corner, but there's still a bit of privacy. Which it warrants some kind of slight premium. If the price is the same, it's worth considering.
I think similarly, I feel that both wasted space is kind of similar, but fun fact here is that it depends on what kind of buyer you are. If you want someone with privacy, right, you can do a lot of a different play, right, in the area for the zigzag layout where you can put a mirror there and it looks nice, right? There can be a small welcome booth over there where your guest comes in. Also a good place for you to put some of your keys. Like welcome. That's our tagline, welcome home. And another one is to the left. If you were to take a look at the straight one, the straight layout, I think it's quite interesting because when you first enter, you get to see the whole home lah. It's actually slightly more inviting when you come home. So it depends on you. Personally, I will choose the one on the left.
I see.
But I believe it's your own preference. Let's talk about the 4-bedroom with the private lift.
All right. It's a private lift. I think that's maybe why the premium is close to 2,004 per square feet.
I understand.
For private lift. But what we noticed is that it's quite nicely flush to one side for all the bedroom types. Okay. All the bedrooms. Each can put a queen size bed. Okay, and the master bedroom is also quite decent size. Okay, and walking into the living area, you can see easy put a 8-seater dining with a large space for your 4-5-seater couch to the living area, and also the balcony is one whole stretch. So it's a very nice layout. Okay, along with enclosed kitchen, they walk into the back kitchen with storm being flushed at the back with a back door. So this is a very nicely sized up kind of unit. Not much of like wasted space. Very efficient usage. Just like it's 1292 square feet. You don't see any wasted space that is not utilized in this entire layout.
I must say that the living and dining area looks very good. It looks big, right? You can put an 8-seater dining. I think that's very fair. And I like the concept that, all the bedrooms are towards one corner. Because once you have this kind of 4 bedrooms, right? When you have more kids staying in it, right? Actually, it allows a lot of family interaction when coming out of the room.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
And then to the right, is it different? 1464 square feet. The only difference is it adds in with a junior master room. Kitchen is slightly bigger, living also slightly bigger. So there's something that is a bit more inviting. I mean, it's a more luxurious layout because definitely it's 180 more square feet. But in all these spaces, it presents a more luxurious.
400k more for it.
So there's something to consider whether it's worth it. May not be as much purely about investment.
So one thing about this kind of bigger bedrooms, right, is that once the bedroom is about 4-bedroom range, right, you will start seeing people going closer to affordability, especially when it's in the OCR or even the RCR region. But in the CCR region, you will start seeing people buying something that is, they're willing to pay a way higher premium for either better views or more comfort, right? So when the price is maybe a 400k above, right, you have to decide and take note, right? Is it for own stay or is it for investment? And from there, I think it will be a better choice, lah. Right? Let's take a look at some of UOL's past track record and see how they price their developments.
All right. Okay, so let's run through one of the first few development. Amber 45.
Nice place.
Okay. I mean, that's what the development launched in 2020. TOK in 2020, I mean. So what we notice is a small development, 139 units, not big. But interestingly, they are one of the few exceptions where we see making quite a decent profit, where people buy close to 2,000 plus per square feet, 2,200, and then subsequently exiting around 2,600. Okay, and one thing that UOL is well known is for the layout finishing. They are very particular about the landscaping also. There's something that adds a new vibe for this. And one thing is to note is when they launch, around 2-3. Okay, interestingly, this is one of the few projects that when they launched, they did not really launch at break even. They actually launched above
way higher
46%.
46%. Right.
So after that,
if you can zoom into the chart, right, July 2018, you will realize that places with a bigger, higher margin of break even, you will start seeing that the prices actually take a dip when there's any cooling measures that's announced, right? Because in July 2018, ABSD increased by 5%, right? So that is when you can start seeing developers play around with their margins because of fear in the market.
So in the end, some of them actually did buy at close around 2,200 there, about 2,300, 2,200 to even 2,150 for some. And those are the ones that who bought in earlier, they will exit, they actually make the most amount of profit.
Agree. And because of such erratic pricing, right, if you are able to catch the market at its low, which is about 2,000 per square foot, then you will understand that you can get good profits, right? But if you catch the market at about 2,004, 2,005, or even 2,003, then holding the period, a longer holding period actually has a higher opportunity cost, lah. And that's the reason why when developers start doing erratic pricing, especially when you calculate break even, you will start seeing that prices takes a long time to be resuscitated. It takes a long time to actually even start being higher than what it was actually first launched,
especially for small developments.
Absolutely. Okay, let's take a look at the past performance. Yeah.
Okay, so you can see there's a huge range of profits. Those who bought around entry price 2.4 per square feet in early 2018 before the cooling measures.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, they still make 2.7, so around
they held for
200K.
at least 6 years. That's
6 years.
2 property cycles.
Yeah, indeed. But interestingly, for those who bought at, I say around 2000.
July 2018, when there was a good discount, post July 2018.
Correct. Wow. Then
2,000 per square foot.
2,000 per square foot. So 2.6, they make 600K.
And their holding period is like roughly similar. But yeah, it's crazy profits. If you talk about profits of like maybe 70,000, 90,000 for 6 years, 4 years, it's not really worth it, to be honest, in Singapore's real estate market. So you got to choose properly, right?
Yes,
this is a classic example of choosing a property wrongly because of the break-even price. Right, where developers got a little bit more excited, more optimistic, and then after they realized that market cool, and then they were a bit more pessimistic.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. There's something to be careful about. And in fact, just one more transaction you can see for 1102, which is 1184, slightly bigger than that of your 1006, 1130 square feet.
Yep.
While one makes 615K, the other one who bought at 2003 for a similar floor, 11 versus 10 floor, only make around 300. So you can see a difference in entry price makes a whole lot of difference.
Interesting, very interesting.
All right,
let's take a look at Trevor. Right now, a lot of our owners have collected keys for Trevor. You know, some of our G&A brokers are already selling some of the homes there.
Yes.
But yeah, let's take a look at how it performs. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So as you remember, when it first launched, only around 30+% sold. On launch day, it was launched at 1546 per square feet. People say it was expensive.
Yeah, then.
That was in 2018. For RCR property prices back then was going maybe 1,004 thereabout. So people were like a bit more apprehensive. But people who bought back then, because the break even is only 18% above the launch price, 18% above break even price, 1311 for break even, 1546 on average for launch price. What I noticed is at the end of the day, those people who bought earlier, today, you can see the price went up to close to 1,000 and 2,000 per square feet on average. And this is when people actually make a profit out of it. And entry price, well, I mean, this is a very big topic. We can actually carry on in terms of a one-to-one discussion about this entry price. All right. But that's when people are able to make. Okay. So it's always feeling like, the price is crazy. It's expensive. And back then, but when you look respectively and also understand back then what the upcoming land bids coming around in RCR region, you're able to have a proper prediction of the future pricing.
That's right. I still remember when Trevor was first launched, it was launched with some of the other projects that we were selling as well. And it wasn't really one of our top choices because it was actually a classic example where developers may have bidded the land a little too high at a particular PSF. And if we go on to the next slide, which is where the profits are at, you can see that even though there are some top profits at $400,000, right? Of course, this is a bigger layout. Average profits goes at about, there's 100 plus, 200, which is not the best when it comes to new launch investments for 3 years. Yeah. What do you think? Do you think that, actually sometimes developers do bid land a bit too high?
There are cases, but the key thing is about hedging against the future land bids. So future land bids that come out is much higher comparatively to this particular land bid they are buying. The key thing is at the end of the day, the future land bid sets a new benchmark. That's when you drag out the entire profit margin and price for it. But for a small size unit at 624, making a 200K, I think it's still okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. As compared to some areas that only make less than 100K.
Absolutely.
For some of the launches in the wrong places.
Absolutely. And from those who bought in 2019 with us, right, actually till 2023 who are selling, they are easily making from $200,000+ for their 2-bedroom easily to even 400 plus to 500K, right? So I think getting a right investment team to serve you is actually very important because it changes lives. And, in the past, when we first started the investment, we didn't have an investment team in the past. It was based on our own market research, based on, what we think about the market. It was a little bit of acumen here and there as well after seeing so many cause and effect. But after starting the investment team, we decided that, we have seen 400 plus clients profited in their real estate portfolio. And we just want to share with you, actually, what is the natural cause and effect, the common cause and effect? Because maybe in one person's lifetime, you don't get to see 400 transactions. But as a broker on the ground, we get to see the cause and effect. There are some properties that we see that we're helping our clients sell and realize that actually they make a good gain. And the reason behind that is why. So there's just so much that we can cover about investment. And that's the reason why we always encourage you to come for a consultation, because that will be easier, right? We have yet to charge for our consultations. But moving forward, I can just share with you openly. I think there's going to be a case where we're going to start charging consultations, because it's just there's too many clients who are asking, right? And these are value that we're creating, right?
True.
And the reason why we charge is just to stay afloat, because we just want to make sure
one
that
thing also to know, like we also look into some of the resale property.
A lot of resale properties. Not enough inventory.
One example, at 2019, 2018, if people bought into this place called Teresa View, they buy around 1.4. Now it's asking 2.6. Insane. One
and
plus
through the resale price gap analysis, you will understand why you should consider that.
Yeah, so that's something that I think that's why the value bring me high is no longer just about buying a new launch and just making, but and understanding what exactly is the value buy in the market today.
Yes, and fun fact moving forward, just Chris and I was having a discussion before this meeting. We feel that new launch prices, there are some that you can consider. If there are things that you consider where developers are realistic about pricing, go aggressive with it, right? Some of us, we are also considering some new launches to invest. But if looking at the future new launch prices that's going up, right? There is a huge price gap between the resale and the new launches. And there's going to be a strong demand towards resale, because resale properties, the layout wise, is very practical compared to some of the new launches in the market right now. And that's actually where the direction we're going towards.
Yes, indeed. All right. So next, let's take a look at one of the key highlights. I mean, back then, UL, Avenue Star Residences. Okay, just compare. I still remember back then, some people are mentioning that, hey, this is not a very good location. There's nothing there. People will buy there, won't make money. So, okay, but interestingly, estimated break even is 1,007, but launch price is only 1,009. I heard some client bought at 1,008 also. For some of the other, like there's one different parts. There's one the high rise for Avenue South, and then there's a low rise, HDB apartment, but I convert into conservators apartment. And these are pricing that they buy around 1,009. And today we're seeing transaction going at 2.4, 2.5 per square feet in the market today. And this is some things that because they are launching very close to break even, which is something they do a very good job in price staging. That's when people are able to capitalize on that to actually make the profit margin to see what we have today, which is congratulations for those buyers who bought there.
Yeah, interesting.
And see some of the profits they sold for smaller bedrooms. They haven't yet to sell any big bedrooms. You can see easily fetching almost 253K to up to even a 6th floor unit. You can see already sub-sale, made around 300K. Just in 3 years.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. So there's some things that when come letting go a unit when they exit, there's something very important to understand also. All right. So moving forward, last one is Amo Residence.
Last two.
Sorry, jump the gun a bit.
It's okay, no worries.
Amo Residence, on average, break even is 1,008. But launch price around 2,001, 16%. So this is very important because you understand how do I price it, as well as price it sensitively rather than being over the pricing.
And the accuracy of the pricing allows us to be confident about developer price staging, which is the main reason. It's like in resale, there's transaction volume that happens, right? You want a transaction volume, the price to go up, not to go down. So you are confident that when developers start being a little bit less bullish in their pricing, then you understand that they have room for increase, right? And that's important. That's the reason why we always look at break-even prices.
Indeed. And sometimes it's like price aging within development. They also price aging around development, which also must understand about the land bits that come out around the area. If there are new land bits coming out area that has a price, that's another part that we look at. Because for Amo, interestingly, they price it too well. First day almost fully sold. So there's some development like this, but it's a good and bad news. Good news is, it's a very attractive entry that people are willing to take. So within the same day, there's also price aging. People buy 1,009, which my client, one of them actually bought around close to 1,009 for Amo. And then what happened is that within one day, shoot up to almost 2,003 per square feet.
And then realized that at the end of the year of April, March 2023, the bigger size units was the reason why the PSF dropped. So don't see it as the developers dropping the price. It's actually the bigger units that were left in Amo Residence that wasn't sold, but it just sold out. Fully.
Correct. Okay. Then last one is Clavon. Wow. Back then, client maybe 1,004 plus per square feet, and we're close to break even, 1,004, 1,005. Launch price now is fully sold out. Have yet to have any sub-sale unit yet. Okay, and back then, the launch price, 1,646 is only 17%. My client bought at 1,005 for 4-bedroom back then. And today, I guess, easily, Park Clementi is already going at close to 1,000, 2,000 per square feet for some. There's something that we can easily hash a price.
I believe it's easy for Clavon to go for at least a sub-sale of 1,008 to 1,009 minimally, right? Because of course Park Clementi in terms of locality is slightly better, but bigger development, blockbuster, but easy price of exit, 1,008, 400 per square foot increase is actually
interesting. My client paid ABSD for this.
Wow.
And I made, although they're choosing having trust in ABSD, the client just, I just ABSD. And they 12% back then. So it's
fair.
So it's quite interesting that people are willing to pay, and
I
now
think they made at least 30% of their returns minimally. Yeah. And I believe that time your client when you bought this wasn't purely for investment.
it's
right?
actually for legacy planning.
Yeah.
So these are clients like that. And one of the first few clients actually bought ABST.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. So I advise them not to because I invested, but I say I trust because it's paid by the mother of the daughter, and the daughter is either by another daughter or the granddaughter.
Yeah.
So she trusts the daughter.
The daughter more.
Yeah. So it's just a peace of mind, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. And next thing is Pinetree. Okay, back to this is some things we mentioned previous video, but I think there are quite a few land bits coming up. Okay, you know, at Dover area and also right in front.
Nearest to the Clementi Forest area. Yeah, 2-3 plots coming up, right?
Yeah, so this is something you're holding for long term to hedge. There's definitely plots that we look at for first mover advantage.
Yeah.
All right. And then there's something we covered previously also. We can see reserve, break even 2170 per square feet. So it's slightly above that of a Pine Grove with 2000 per square feet. Okay. And Pine Grove in terms of area wise is still not the most expensive, and also not the cheapest either. Since we're at Pasir B also 1,009. Yeah. So there are some other RCR property where you can still take a look, but at the same time, in terms of comparative RCR wise, Pine Grove there's still upcoming land bits, 22 to 23 per square feet in the RCR region that we can hedge. Okay, and other areas that already launched already like 1,009, 2,000 at Blossom Park, which our client bought at around 22. We can see launch price on average was around 2004. Okay, which is predicted around 22%. And we have key residents, which break even is pretty low. Back then, this space was really out of the way. But then we say location, even sometimes we say location more important, but that moment we're thinking it's not even the MRT, there's nothing there. But we're 1,007.
SIM, that's SIM.
SIM, yeah.
Have cheap food.
Yeah, street food and
cheap food,
yes, street food. It's okay. Yeah, so it's 1,007 per square feet. People say, wow, expensive, but it went up to 2,223 even later on. So
that's a 9 years plot, right? Quite rare to see a 9 years plot.
Yes,
and then near drive down, you have the mist now at 1,009 to 2,000 easily.
Correct. But these are all very old land bits that actually bought like 4 or 5 years ago, for 6 years ago even for some. So
I still remember the time we were looking at the price, you're like, wow, so high. And now it's like just getting higher. So we are already numb to it already. But Singapore property prices will still go higher. I think it's ultimately a quantum play. Yeah, right. It's still a quantum play.
Looking at whether the new land base to hedge against.
Yes.
And then we have viewed experience last time, 2007 launch. So these are some of these very old land bits that actually happen now, at least going at 2,000 plus per square feet in that area. So that's something that we have some confidence in right now. In terms of the subsale, they're going 2,000 plus. And so you buy somewhere near the 2,000 range, not to like 2,400, 2,500, that kind, you're still on the safe side.
Yep.
That's our entry.
Absolutely.
Okay. So with Pinetree Hill, let's see what exactly is the launch price. At 2,002, it's actually only about 10% of a break even. Yeah. Launch price estimate, I would say on average should be close to a 2,400, 2,500.
Yeah. The time we estimated about this because there was a 20% increase from the break-even, right? Yes. And it's true enough, the private live units are going at that price, right? But there are some units that are quite attractive at 2002 to 2003.
Yeah. Especially for the 3-bedroom, which I think it has a very nice price hedging against the surrounding units. And one thing to take note is there's very little supply on new condo at Pine Grove. The last supply was actually this place Trizon. Very, very old. And Marabella, which I'll run through later on. But that was like 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
Understand.
Yeah. But compared to this, most of the, like, for example, Cavendish Park, the Ashworth Park is really, it's very old. And
it's older.
It's much older, 30 years old.
Definitely.
Plus.
But a lot of people like the area because it's very big. The side area is very big, and then the unit are also quite big also.
Yeah, indeed.
So I think it's just a very different type of buyers that are buying as well. Yes, so if we go on to the next slide about the freehold premium, you realize that, in District 21, the freehold premium is about 11.5% on average. And when you head on to the polynomial trend line, right? For those who don't know our polynomial trend line, right? This explanation is actually done in previous videos. You will realize that for 1 bedroom, right, the R square is about 0.639, which means that the newer the development, there's a 60% probability that, our pricing accuracy is actually there. So you will see that for a leasehold, 2,233 per square foot is actually the fair price currently for something that is going to TOP later on. But as we go on to the bigger size units at 2-bedroom, you realize that the R square starts decreasing at 2,044 per square foot, right? There's a very low supply of people selling this kind of units, and the demand is also moderate. It's not high, right? High. And if we go on to the 3-bedroom, right, R square 0.3812. Low supply, high demand, it's low. Okay, this R square means this. The newer the development doesn't mean that the PSF is going to be command, is going to be higher, right? And true enough, in that particular area, a lot of people, they are not looking at new because most of the clients our clients who bought the area, they are older. They don't need new, they want space, right? And that's why the average PSF fair value will be about 2075.
But one thing to think
Yes,
about
please.
this, because it's 0.38,
Yep.
this diagram, it means there's a lot of variation.
Yes.
It's understandable because the different layout there is very big size.
Yes.
PSS will be lower.
Yeah.
And there are also some that is more nicely, is compact size, but PSS is much higher. So the variation for R square is not very evident here.
Yep.
So this number of 2000, of course, there are other comparable we will see later on for qualitative analysis that we need to
Yes,
compare
the resale
to.
developments that are nearby.
Yeah,
as well.
but one thing to think is supply is low.
Yep.
As compared to demand. So it has opportunity in terms
Yes.
of exit later on.
Yes.
But not many people want to sell, especially in their good schools.
That's right. So let's go on to the 4-bedroom, very low supply that we are
Yes.
seeing over here
Correct.
with moderate demand, right? And interestingly, the R square is also low at 0.3893.
A lot of variation.
A lot of variance, and the leasehold price fair value will be about 2363 based on our polynomial trend line.
Correct,
Right.
yeah.
So it seems as though that currently now Pinetree Hill is over than our estimated prices, right? But however, the R square is slightly lower. So in order to get a more accurate pricing on how the new launch price should be at, we will take a look at the resale developments.
Yes, that'll be better.
Yeah.
All right. So let's wrap up with the resale development about how do we analyze each of the qualitative analysis.
Yep.
So there's quite a few. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But a lot of them, must take note, they're quite old.
Yep.
And the only few that we can really compare to in terms of launch date is we have the Trizon, which is really the closest. Launched in 2009, that was like, wow, 14 years ago. Okay. And 289 units. Then we have a lot of small developments like 55 units, Quintera, Montview. Okay. The Melbella, the next one is only 20 years old.
Yep.
239.
Yep.
Okay. Then we have the rest. But all this, you can launch it, you can see NA all the way down is because it's more than 30 years old.
Yep.
Even like Pandan Valley, it's a really 40 plus, close to 40 plus year old already.
Yep.
These are things that we need to take note because comparative wise, there's not many comparative. Only the first 4 is something that is of the most recent dates that we can compare. And out of the 4, only 2 is comparable with bigger development, and also the rest are all small development.
Yeah.
Okay.
I must say that Trizon, as we go on to the next analysis, right? Trizon is actually a very beautiful development.
Indeed.
And most of the unit layouts there are actually very big in terms of size,
it's
right?
nice, yeah.
I've been there to one of my clients' house before. It's beautiful. I even went to a property guru to see whether I could afford a unit there.
Wow,
to my
okay.
disbelief, not disbelief, to my dismay, sorry.
Dismay,
It's of course, yes, so expensive,
These are
right?
PSF ones,
Yeah, it's high. So let's take a look at this development. This is a freehold development in District 10, right? Of course, our District 21 is actually at the fringe of where Trizon is at, right?
Just missed it by the mark.
Just missed by the mark a little bit, right? And you know, if you go on to take a look at the historical transactions of Trizon later on, you can see that PSF wise, it has gone up from in the past as low as 920 per square foot for a 5,003 PSF unit. But of course, for a regular size 1,000 plus square feet unit, it's about 1,005 all the way up to 2,000 per square foot. All right, so in terms of historical prices, you can see that there was a unit that was going as low as 920 PSF, but there's a 5,000 square feet unit, right?
Definitely.
So on average, you see a PSF of 1,000 plus square feet unit launch was about 1,004, 2,005, went all the way up to 2,000 to 2,001. Yeah. So historical transactions in the past years, 2023 and 2021, you're going to see that the PSF is about 2,000 PSF. It went up from 1,008 to about 2,000 per square foot, which shows that there's actually still quite a healthy demand for an area like this, right, in District 10. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And 1,044 square feet actually is talking about a 2-bedder,
Yes.
the area.
Yes.
So as you can see, the quantum play over here of 2.18 to 2.5 for some of them even.
Yeah.
If you notice, as compared to a 3-bedroom that's going at 1,008 square feet, 2.75. That's why the developer is confident to launch, although 99 year, but although it's not freehold, but they launch it cheaper in order to hedge against this quantum play.
Absolutely.
And you can see this 2-bedder, I mean, although yes, freehold, the PSF and the price, sorry, the quantum is going way past the 3-bedder 99 year within that of there's a Pinetree.
Yeah.
So that's something that the developer is confident to be able to launch it well, to actually have to be comparative to hedge the price between this 3-bedroom compact, which is even cheaper than 2-bedder over here.
Yeah. What I'm seeing here is that Pinetree Hill offers actually an affordable option to be staying 1 km from Henry Park. And an affordable option to be staying near the area where you see the 2-bedroom is going at about 1.7, right? And also the 3-bedroom going at about 2.1 to 2.4 million dollars, right? How is the next development coming along? I mean, this is Marbella, right?
Marbella,
How's Marbella doing? Yeah.
Interestingly, 20 years old already.
Wow.
PSF is 2001. Yeah, very similar to that of your
Trizon and
Trizon also.
Yeah.
It's freehold, 20 years old, and it has been going up slightly. In terms of last few transactions, you can see profits are huge.
Yeah.
So at least for a normal 3-bedder, looking at least a 3.5 million and above, up to even close to a 3.78 million. Okay. And the last one, for a 2-bedder, 1,076 square feet, also going about close to 2.1 million. So there's some things that you need to take note in terms of quantum play wise. It puts Pinetree Hill on a better light.
Yeah.
But qualitatively wise, it has a price hedge to hedge against, especially for the three betas.
But just to share with you, right, we are comparing District 10 condominiums, right, but they are all nearby, right?
Yes, and one street across.
And not only that, they are freehold properties also, right? Ours is a 99 years, right?
Correct.
And if you take into account the 11.5% freehold premium, you get to understand a bit. But the each of the properties there are like way older than what Pinetree Hill is, right?
Yes,
and that's a little surprise based on the entry PSF at 2002.
Yeah.
Why are there so little visitors that went to? I believe a lot of people are going there for blockbuster launches like Reserve, right? 7,000 plus, Grand Diamond, Continuum, right?
Yeah.
Amazing areas.
One thing to note also doesn't mean that let it go means it's not a good entry price. Because sometimes people take some time to realize that it's a good gem.
Yeah.
So it's something that...
And such things actually makes developers a little bit more realistic in the pricing because they don't want a disappointing launch. All right, so let's take a look at Montview. And of course, Montview is a freehold D10 property, right? In terms of land area, right? Not the biggest, but if you take a look, right? Individuals who entered post-subprime crisis, right?
Yes.
Which you correctly pointed out during our analysis just now, you can see that they actually make quite a good gain, right? About 1,000 to 2,001 PSF, right? But how I wish we can continuously have this type of real estate bubble burst. Lehman Brothers crisis did not cause property prices to crash. It was because there was a property bubble formed then already. And because of the high speculation, property bubble burst, and this was a good opportunity to enter. But right now, if you're thinking, will there be a property bubble form? Okay, we have repeated it for years in our webinars, right? So please come to our webinars and you will understand, okay? So seems like in this particular area, the PSF asking is about 2001 PSF as well. All right, so let's go on to Quintera. And you can see that Quintera, in terms of the land area, is about 3,660 square meters, the smallest of all land plots. 99 years property with 55 units.
Yeah. And the price have been stagnating for quite some time, for the past 10 years. And it is some iconic trends of smaller developments with smaller land plots.
You don't get to see a lot of price growth because of the lack of transaction volume.
Correct, especially 99 year.
Yeah, so the 99 here is asking about 1,006 PSF. So what I'm saying right here is that nearby surrounding where Pinetree Hill is actually a lot of freehold properties. And then we have also a 99-year property at Quintera, right? So what's your perspective? Do you think that there are going to be people who are going to be worried, like a OUE Twin Peak kind of case that's going to happen in the 99 in the freehold enclave? Or do you think that actually right now in today's market, people are not too concerned about 99 or freehold already?
Yeah, actually this reminds me of one of the case study at this place called Martin Modern.
Yes.
99-year with freehold enclave at 1,009, 2,000. Back then you would say crazy, expensive. 99 freehold, confirm had problem, lose money. But it went up to 25, 26. Okay, and we see that growth, and that's something must take note in. Within the area, it's not just talking about 99 or freehold. It's really understanding what is the intrinsic value of property and doing right property. And there's new land bits that came out around the area. They actually pull up the entire Martin Modern, and now 1,009 is OCR prices.
Absolutely.
So there's some things that sometimes you need to future proof. You see past what is exactly a 99-year freehold, or what exactly is the price now, and hedge against something that's coming in the future.
Absolutely.
In order to make a profit, which in this case is very Pinetree Hill. There's another parcel B coming up. So that will actually determine a lot of things regarding the area about what is the upcoming prices.
Okay, so in that case, then let's take a look at the next slide, which is the OCR land bid prices.
All right.
Yeah. So let's take a look at some of the recent OCR land bid prices, and later on we'll just show you like a potential land bid that's going to be around Pinetree Hill area. Yeah. So let's talk about it, the OCR land bid prices.
Right. So we are looking at these prices also because this is something that benchmark the brand new prices of OCR areas, and from there we can see what are the launches coming. And one thing to take note is around this area, or Parkview Mansion in Jurong area, along with Lake Gardens, which actually close to 2,000 plus 2,001 per square feet, launching May 22 to 2002 on average. Noting that these are the OCR prices that will be benchmarking, and the miss 1,009, 2,000. Lentor Hill also close to 1,009, 2,000 plus per square feet. Hillview Rise also maybe launching around 2,001 per square feet. Lentor Hill Parcel B and Lentor Central at least growing 2,122. Yeah. So all the OCR prices is growing very close to that of RCR.
And you also have the Lake Grande, right?
Lake Garden.
Lake Garden, sorry.
Yes.
Lake Garden it's already going at 2,001 break even. Potential 2,324 per square foot.
Yes, correct. So this is something that we are noticing. Because for the older land bits that bought back then, around 1.5 years, 2 years ago, as compared to these new land bits that have been sold just recently, we noticed that this particular price gap is closing up. Which means that the upcoming RCR land bits will be even higher.
Absolutely.
And with this, we can actually run through, as I mentioned just now, the Parcel B they were looking at today, where it's side by side with Pine Grove Parcel A, where Pinetree Hill. Okay, this is one of the launch that is in the midst of
Gonna be interesting. Yep.
right now. And if this land bids, okay, were able to hatch, okay, and see that surrounding OCI is already going that close to 2.1, 2.2, and Tembusu Grand, all these are 2.5, 2.6.
Yep.
There are some things that with this new land bid coming up, perhaps it will be something that is around the range of around 2.3 to 2.4.
Yeah.
And there's something that we can see, we can hatch this against Pinetree Hill, side by side.
Agree.
So it's a good news for Pinetree Hill.
So there's going to be like a price staging that's going to happen in the area, right?
Yes,
where developers may come up. Yeah, in 2 years' time, which I think that the PSF easily will be about 2.5 to 2.6 per square foot.
Yeah,
Really by
very
then.
similar to High Park Residence and the Botania kind of
Interesting.
stuff.
All right, okay. So now, right now, we're going to, of course, go through our Bois approach, right? And but the Bois approach is actually an approach where, we were talking about buy, wait, or avoid. We're going to be a little bit more focused today. We're going to talk about firstly, which layout will we consider based on the guide price that we had, the starting guide price, right? The 1 plus study, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom, 5 bedroom. That's the first thing we're going to choose. Number 2, we are also going to talk about whether as a whole in the development, will we buy, wait, or will we avoid?
Right, okay.
Okay. Taking into account that the turnout right now is about 1,500 visitors.
I love it.
The developers are at there talking about the pricing, right? Yes. And leading a couple of projects, I know how developers think, and developers, when it comes to poor turnout, it's beautiful. Okay, so for consumers, for developers, of course, the developers partners will be talking to us why we are not doing a good job. Okay, so we start with the bedrooms first, shall we?
Yep.
Okay, the guide price is over here. I'm not sure if you have the guide price here. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, 3 bedrooms. Wow.
Okay.
That's the reason why we're like nothing is discussed before that. And I think a 969 square feet at $2.1 million is a very good quantum. You can't get any something of quite a good locality at this kind of pricing anymore. Okay. So will you buy, wait, or will you avoid based on the starting PSF? Okay, nothing that we are going to say here should be used as financial advice. I'm going to warn you one more time because prices may change, layout plans may change, and you don't know what's going to happen during launch day, which is going to happen in 7 days' time, is it?
In 7 days. Yep.
7 days' time. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, buy. Wow.
Yes.
Okay, I'll explain why I say buy first since I'm a little bit more aggressive. And rarely do I say buy. Actually, this is one of my first few projects that I say buy. I take into account that the fact that Mist is going at about 1,008 to 1,009 per square foot, right? Reserve Residences is going already at 2.4 to 2.5 PSF. This asset class is sandwiched between them. I think it's quite a fair price. However, if the pricing is at 2.4 to 2.5 in this development, I will avoid. 2.3 I will avoid. 2.2 I will consider definitely. Right? Because a 3 bedroom at $2.198 million, I will definitely consider. Because I think that eventually at 969 square feet, it's not hard to set about 2.4 to 2.5.
So 2.3 you avoid, consider.
If it's 2.350 lah, right? To be fair, I will avoid. Right. Okay, the 1 plus study here I wouldn't buy. The 2 bedroom here I wouldn't buy. The 3 bedroom I will consider. Just specifically the 3 bedroom and the PSF. Nothing else I will buy.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Spot on, yeah. Yes. So similar to you. For 3 bedroom, for me, I say wait because maybe developer will launch on average much higher than expected.
Yes.
But by looking at a poor turnout rate, a decent turnout rate, I would say, not so good. I mean, just
compared to the other developments.
That's something that I think developer pricing more sensitive.
100%.
So that's something I hopefully, when it comes to really launch day, let's see what the prices are. Let's put in a better ticket and take a look.
This is a few of the projects that during launch day, I'm excited to take a look. The others, I'm not so excited because when you see so many visitors there, you know the price is going to be a little higher already. Than the pricing.
So that's something. It reminds me a little about Kingston Water Bay, not near MRT, off the way. High Park Residence, out of the way.
Super Ulu near Tengam LRT.
And you have a lot of people apprehensive to launch the price. I love this.
And they got a good price.
And
all the consumers got a good price.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, what we need to see is not just pricing the launch today, but also the future pricing, which is very important.
Absolutely. So
if
you may be wondering, JNA, are you guys focusing on Pinetree Hill Residence? The short answer is no. There's another development that actually we are bringing our clients to buy, right? But of course, in all fairness, only, if we come for a consultation, I think it's easier for us to share with you because, we also want to make sure that our clients also get true value when they meet us as well, right? We don't charge anything for our consultations now, neither do we charge anything for representation because ultimately, we are getting paid by the developers and the sellers. So don't worry too much about it, okay? Thank you so much for staying till the end of this video and we just hope that you've enjoyed this new launch review. This is Jervis.
This is Christian.
And wait up. If you haven't subscribed, please press subscribe. Haven't pressed a like, press a like. Haven't give a comment. If you feel very kind and happy today, you can give us a 5-star review because you've benefited from this investment content. You haven't joined the Telegram community. What are you waiting for? It's over here. The good lobangs are here. And if you haven't contacted us for your most important purchase of your life, And I'm saying you're live. The number is right here already. So just contact us, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching till the end. This is Jervis.
This is Christian.
We'll see you for the next episode of Singapore's Real Estate Explained. Bye-bye.
Bye.